Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review from it's a vault book which we hadn't done in a little while, but something cool came up. So it's for West of Sundown #1. This is a book from Vault Comics. Let's take a look at the creative team and this amazing cover. I really love the aesthetic of the cover, the coloring, and even just like the graphic design of the lettering, the title, and everything. So, but let's take a look at the creative team here. We have this is written by Tim Seeley and Aaron Campbell, drawn by Jim Terry, colors by Triona for Farrell, and letters by Crank. And like I mentioned, just really cool aesthetic of the book overall. So this is definitely a new book. Here's kind of the story that we're going to get into. A beautiful vampire must flee monsters' lairs in New York City and reclaim the ancestral soil that restores the undead flesh. But the world has changed since she was reborn in New Mexico desert. Now Constance there Aben and her loyal assistant Dewey must adapt to life in the rough frontier town of Sangre de Moro, where all sorts of monsters have settled. So yeah, this is a vampire story, but it's a little bit non-traditional just because we're in a setting that I don't know. It feels a little different to me, especially in New Mexico. Is like not like the place where you go for vampire stories. But I do like the premise of like this vampire. She's looking for her ancestral soil to restore, like all that stuff. Like it's some of the vampire lore that we don't normally get into. But let's take a look at some art, and I'll keep talking a little bit about this issue. So immediately we're transported back to the 1800s in Virginia. So we have this Confederate soldier digging up a grave because this whole thing with the graves and the bell is like one of the scariest things to me because like yeah, what if you're just like walking by and the bell goes off? Like what the hell are you supposed to do? So those bells are there because in those times I guess they were afraid that people would not really be dead and they had been buried. So really crazy stuff. But here we get our first look at our vampire, and just we meet, we are treated to this resurrection, I guess. Well, I guess she was an undead, but anyways, yeah, we get a little bit of background of how these two met, and then Dewey becomes her assistant. The next page I'm going to show, it's really cool. I love the way that so much story is told in just this one splash page here. Like everything you kind of need to know, a little bit of it through the means of song, which whenever I'm reading lyrics and song in a comic, I'm not very good because I just don't have that musical ear that you would need to kind of make those lyrics your own. But overall, the book's really cool. Very interesting concept, and I just think that the art really puts it over the top for me. So I really like the aesthetic of the book. So I'm excited to keep reading this, and very excited because Vault books, although they've been leaning into the horror, this doesn't feel exactly. It feels like a horror adventure type of book, mainly because of the concept of the vampire. But I've read a lot of Tim Seeley books. I'm very comfortable with his writing and just the kind of stuff that he enjoys doing. So having him here be part of this group is something that really attracted me to the book, as well as I mentioned, like the cover art and just all the previous stuff that I showed. But yeah, there you have it. Let us know if you're reading this book, if you're picking up anything else from Vault. And as always, stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that good stuff here. Stay tuned to the channel. So as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.